Thanks very much, Larry. So HP gave us a $10 off $50 code plus free shipping, and it's good through actually the end of January, so it's good for a while. Perfect for holiday shopping. So our final presenter is Mir Kamin from wantnot.net, and she's going to talk about some apparel Black Friday tips.
Hi, I'm Mir Kamin from wantnot.net. Like everyone else, I want to say a big thank you to Savings for doing this. I kind of want to come up here and say my brain is full. May I please be excused? Because it's been just an incredible couple of days, and like everyone else, I'm learning lots from everyone else, and I sort of feel like I'm up here to preach to the choir. A lot of this stuff you guys are going to know. Where I come from when it comes to shopping is that I have very good taste, but I do not like to spend money. And furthermore, I don't really like people all that much, so I don't like to go to the store. And I will not go to the store between Thanksgiving and New Year's. I will not. I will go to the grocery store, but I will not go to Target, and I won't go anywhere else. Because the people there are cranky, and they are mean, and they are grabby, and there are screaming children. And this is not for me. So I don't do it. So I probably do, I want to say 90% of my shopping throughout the year online anyway. I do sometimes go to the store. But this time period we're coming into, I will not go to the store. And I don't need to, because everything that I need can be gotten online. Several people have already said you need to do your research before you shop. That's a no-brainer. That's true whether you're going to shop online or you're going to go to the store. We've heard a lot about planning out your budget and knowing who you're going to buy for and all of those sorts of things. When I talk about doing your research to shop online, what I'm talking about is going and finding those leaked Black Friday deals, circulars, and sort of knowing what's going to be on sale. That's one thing, knowing where the deals are going to be at various stores. But you also need to sort of either get this knowledge yourself or have a source. You know, if you wanted to come to wantnot.net, I'm more than happy to share this stuff with you. I have, from years of shopping online, I have a very good sense from past years and moving forward what these stores tend to do. A store like Amazon does lots and lots of lightning deals as we get into Black Friday, and even sometimes they'll do it for weeks after Black Friday. They're located in Seattle. So your first lightning deal is always going to be at 6 o'clock Pacific. So if you live on the East Coast like I do, there's no reason to hop on Amazon first thing in the morning because they're not doing their big deals yet. On the other hand, Kohl's is located, I think, somewhere in the Midwest, but I don't know how or why they're doing this, but generally their Black Friday deals go up at like 1 or 2 in the morning Eastern on that Friday. So if you're going to get up early and, as I said earlier, you worship at the altar of Kohl's, as I do, that's one of the stores that you want to go to first because their stuff is going to be up, plus it's going to sell out. And their site's going to slow down, which has been mentioned before. So that's the sort of things that I'm looking at in terms of doing research. And then your favorite sites, knowing where they're located, what time those deals are going to be released, and also are they going to do these special sort of flash deal kinds of things. One of my very favorite sites is 6pm.com, which is Zappos outlet for shoes. And they also have clothing and accessories and stuff, but generally I go there to buy pretty shoes. As we get into the holiday season, they will start doing a daily deal that goes up at, I'm blanking, I think it was 9 o'clock. The daily deal changes at 3 in the morning, yes, but as we get into the holiday season, they will have one special thing, one item usually, that they did it for a few weeks last year, that went up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I think it was 9 o'clock Pacific, so it was at noon Eastern. But this was a special thing that they only did for a couple of weeks. So that's the sort of thing that I'm talking about in terms of doing your research. Shopping the day before for online shopping, there are sites that will save your cart. Now, most people know that that happens on Amazon. You can even do the save to buy later. But if you know that, say, your kids have got to have, that special fleece from Old Navy or whatever, go to those sites beforehand and put stuff in your cart. Some of those sites will save your cart if you're signed in. Some of them won't. Do a little experimenting beforehand. And now that I said Old Navy, this just occurred to me that in your do your research thing, if you have, say, a teenager or a nearly teen like I do who needs a very specific item, it's got to be these jeans in this color and this thing, then sometimes, again, for me, in advance of Black Friday, I have to take her out to the store and let her try stuff on so that when it comes time to do that shopping, that I consider part of my research, knowing exactly what the thing is that she's got to have and what size. But there are stores also like Kohl's. One of the reasons I like to shop at Kohl's is because it's easy to do it online, but I have a local Kohl's. So I can buy multiple sizes and I can return stuff to the store because I can generally get free shipping there. So that's another part of your research. Where do you have local stores that you can return things for free? Amazon is now doing free shipping and free returns on clothing. That's new for this year. So that's another place where you could buy multiple sizes, and if you need to send stuff back, you could. So you do the cart thing. You see which stores are going to save your carts. If it's a store where your cart is going to time out and those things that you put in there are going to disappear, that's fine. Still do your shopping the day before, and then on my Mac, I use the little stickies program. On a little sticky on your desktop, put the item numbers of the things that you plan to buy, so that if your cart's going to expire when you get up in the morning and you're online getting that deal before the site slows down and everything crashes, you can just type in those item numbers and chuck it all back in your cart. Having your tools at the ready for shopping includes things like having those item numbers written down or having your cart stacked up. But you also want to make sure any store you're going to shop at, you have an account. You are signed in. I like to save my credit card in there because it can take time to type out all those numbers. Make sure that you don't have to waste time signing in and putting in your information and typing in your billing address. That's one of the things that you need to do. Have your pre-existing coupons ready. A lot of these stores have coupons out beforehand. So you want to know what those are because, as we talked about this morning, you can sometimes stack those coupons. So you want to have all those things available to you. You also want to make sure that obviously you have your budget, you know what you're going to spend, all that kind of thing. But have a whole bunch of windows open at once. I always say on Black Friday I have like my command center set up on my computer. You know, tile your windows, do whatever you need to do so that you can see everything, so that you can, you know, be looking on savings.com or looking on whatnot.net. As I'm posting things, you know, you can be pulling coupon codes off of there. You've got your window for this store here. If you don't know, is it this store or this store that's going to have the better price on this thing, then you know, make sure that you know where you need to go. You've got all those popped up. Okay, they have it here for this price. They have it here for this price, but I've got this coupon for over here. There's this bonus buy for over here. You kind of have to do a lot of calculating on the fly. So the more of that stuff you have just sort of sitting on your desktop when you start your shopping, the better off you're going to be. And one of the things that we've been talking about the past 2 days that I think, you know, everybody here probably already knows is that social media is huge, huge, huge for retail this season. You want to follow those retailers on Facebook. You want to, or I guess fan them on Facebook. You want to follow them on Twitter. And then, again, this is part of your command center. Have your Twitter client up. Have your Facebook feed up so that as they come out and release these deals that are, you know, for the next hour or for the first 100 customers, you can hop right on those and get those deals before they disappear. And the last thing, I think everybody here is probably pretty adept at this, is stacking up the savings. I told Donna that I was going to steal this from her. She was talking about the, tell me the site again, Donna. Giftcardgranny.com is a place where you can buy gift cards for less than the face value. So for me, if I know I'm going to shop at Kohl's, I could go to giftcardgranny.com and buy myself the card so I have that ready. I know I'm going to shop there. Sure.
It's an aggregator and it tells you the best deals to get the cards.
Right. So what Donna's saying is that it's an aggregator. It'll tell you the best place to buy those to get the most money back on your dollar. I had not done that before. That was something that I learned today. One of the things that I do is I'm very devoted to my Discover card. And one of the reasons that I'm devoted to it is because it gives me money back on my purchases. And then that money that I get back on my purchases, I can use to redeem for extra dollars. So somebody had mentioned Eddie Bauer, and Eddie Bauer is one of the Discover vendors. So I can go in and I can give them $20 of my bonus bucks, which to me is like pretend money, right? Because that was never in my pocket anyway. I give them $20, they give me $25 back. Okay, now I've got my $25 gift card for Eddie Bauer. Now I'm going to go through Discover's portal because that's going to give me their little shopping portal. That's going to give me a 5% back on my purchase. I'm going to use my gift card. I'm going to use that coupon that I dug up before Black Friday. I'm going to go to the sale that they're now doing because it's Black Friday. And I'm going to stack all those things on top of each other. And by the time I'm done, you know, then I'm going to be that night saying to my husband, "You are not going to believe what I spent on this." It's like nothing. It's like they paid me to take it, you know. So when you stack all those things up, that's the best way to get the deal. I think the trap that a lot of people fall into on Black Friday when they're doing that online shopping is they see the one, the flash deal, the thing that comes over Twitter, or the thing that comes over Facebook, and they go, oh, that's so great, I'm going to jump on it right away, and you forget that there are other coupons that are available, or you could use that gift card, or you could go through the Discover portal, or those various sorts of things and sort of stack it up and make it an even better deal. Lastly, one of the things to keep in mind, I hadn't put this on here, but Black Friday is not the be-all and end-all of deals. It's a really good day to shop. I'm not going to argue with that. I love to shop online on Black Friday. But a lot of stores, Amazon in particular, starts doing some very, very good sales second or third week of December. So don't feel like you have to get it all done on Black Friday. There will still be time to buy things. And a lot of people have said, don't overspend, don't buy to just buy stuff, and I think that's absolutely true. On the other hand, if you find something cheap enough, for me particularly, I do shopping for mostly toys and clothing. If there's something cheap enough, particularly if it's sized for a child or it's a toy for a kid who's, that won't work for my kids, if it's cheap enough, I will pick it up and I'll go donate it. I mean, that's one of the advantages to saving all this money, is it gives you a little bit of money left over to do something that you might otherwise not be able to afford to do. So that's it. Are there any questions? Yes?
Do you use any price comparison software or websites to let you know, like, really if they're priced or not?
Carrie's question is if I use any price comparison sites to see if something really is the best deal. I do for big ticket items. If I'm going to buy a television, I'm definitely going to look at the price comparison site. One of the things that I tend to run into with the kinds of shopping that I do is that my daughter wants a certain brand, or my son wants a certain set of Legos. And if it's a certain brand, it doesn't matter if it's got to be the Aeropostale jeans or whatever it is, I have to buy it there. So it doesn't matter if it's the lowest price or not. For things like Lego sets, since I shop all year long, I generally have a sense of how much they cost, so I won't do that. But if I'm going to buy a TV or a Blu-ray player, not only am I going to use a price comparison site, I'm probably going to go over to CNET and see if there's any reviews too, because unlike Larry, I'm not a tech head. And I'll do the oh shiny thing. Ooh, he's pretty, and I don't know if it's a good model, so I'll go check the reviews and see if that's something worth buying. But yeah, I would say definitely for a big ticket item, never make that purchase without checking to see if it's somewhere else for less money. But for the smaller things, I often don't. It takes time when you're trying to get those quick deals, and often it's something that you can't get somewhere else anyway. For me. All set? Thank you very much.